Do you know anyone named Ray?
I'm sure I might, but I can't think of anyone.
Well, I'd better get going.
Sure, you know the way.
No good. The rug's too thick.
I can't see anything from out here. I can't see anything from out here. Wait, this is Greenwood Cemetery. This tombstone is faded and hard to read. He looks on edge. I don't think he likes being in places like this. It's a little structure overlooking the lake. There are a lot of family crypts in this cemetery, some going back 100 years.
Quaint little thing, I guess. It's too chipped and faded to read. Some family's crypt. She doesn't look nervous to be here. I suppose it says something that this isn't the spookiest place we've ever been. I got something to say.
Yeah.
Man, I hate places like this. Let's just do what we need to do and get out of here. Maggie couldn't be more different from her brother. Wonder what happened to them. So the gym was a father and son business. Nice story.
Let's hope it has a good ending.
Is it just me, or does Maggie scream daddy issues?
Maybe. Whoever her father was, we should find out more about him. I have a question, Joey.
What's going on?
Funny that we've never been to a graveyard before. I mean, considering.
Not really. Spooks generally avoid thinking about death. But in a place like this, it's hard to think about anything but.
Maggie doesn't seem all that eager to talk to me.
Don't take it personally, sweetheart. I don't think she's eager to talk to anybody.
It must be nice to work in your family's business.
That's what you do, isn't it?
It's not the same thing. Did Heather tell you anything useful?
Dunno. I should probably talk to her some more.
So I mentioned earlier that Grace Church was 5 minutes from where I used to live. Well, Greenwood Cemetery is about 10 minutes from where I live now. We moved from the East Village to Park Slope, which is an area in Brooklyn, and Greenwood Cemetery is beautiful. I mean, it's just a wonderful place to walk around. It's really well kept. It's got all these amazing crypts and everything. And the lake, well, it's more of a pond, really. This pond looks much, much bigger in the game. In reality, it's actually quite small. It was something really striking about it, and it was something very unique and hadn't been in a Blackwell game before. Interesting thing that a cemetery has never been in a Blackwell game before, but this specifically had never been in a Blackwell game before, and I wanted to put it in, so I did.
A result of listening to too much typo negative as a teenager and just liking dark, eerie places in general has meant that I really, really like painting graveyards. As soon as Dave put this down in the design doc, he knew straight away. He told me, you're going to love painting this one. And man, a cold, snowy graveyard with a lake in the middle of it, perfect. The weird thing is I think this may be the only graveyard in the Blackwell games, which is kind of ironic.
Ugh, coming. Oh, sure, come on in.
So your father is dead.
Yep.
Why didn't you just say that instead of sending me to the cemetery?
The only person to visit Dad was Peter, and he can't do that anymore. I figured Dad could use the company.
Really?
No, not really. I told you, there are things I can't talk about yet.
You said Peter visited the cemetery.
Once a year, on the anniversary of Dad's death. Peter was a damn saint.
Could you excuse me for just a sec? My shoe is untied.
Sure, I guess.
Thanks.
Smooth.
Can you tell me about your father?
He died over 20 years ago. I don't see how it's relevant to Pete.
Well, I'd better get going.
Sure, you know the way.
That picture frame fell off the wall. Nobody's picked it up yet. There we go. Nobody can say I don't do anything nice. I put it back on the wall. I don't need to take it with me. Officer Palmer?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Is there anything in the system about a Connor Fielding? He died about 20 years ago.
Let's see. Our records from back then are a bit spotty, but can't hurt to check. No, nothing comes up, but it's a very common name. Is there anything specific you can tell me about him?
He was in the Army.
Oh, then there might be something in the Veterans Association records.
Aren't those public?
Not everything. But fortunately for you, I can access everything. Okay. Archived records. Connor Fielding. Ah, seriously?
What's wrong?
Idiots. They had no idea how to archive data back then. I can only look them up by service number. You don't know it, do you?
I do, actually. It's 070-234-541.
Well, that's handy. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Connor Fielding. Served in Vietnam from 1966 till 1969. Honorably discharged. Moved with his family to New York a few years later. Huh. That's interesting.
What?
It says here that the police were called to his apartment several times. Reports of raised voices. Possible domestic abuse. No charges were pressed, which is why it wasn't in our police records.
But it's in the military database?
Word gets around. Someone must have noted it in his VA file. Doesn't say much else.
So that info you got about Connor Fielding, what do you think it means?
Well, there's no evidence to support anything, of course, but nothing changes, does it? Some guy has troubles and takes it out on his family. Someone calls the cops on him, but no charges are pressed. Happens way too often.
And that's what you think happened here?
Like I said, nothing changes.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Oh, coming. Oh, sure, come on in.
I learned a bit about your father.
You did?
The police were called several times to his house. No charges were made. It's not hard to read between the lines.
Huh. Well, I suppose you know everything now.
I don't, but I'm trying to.
Why? Why do you care so much? What does my father beating the crap out of my mother have to do with how Peter died?
I have my reasons.
So do I. There's a reason why I can't talk about this. I've been trying to forget this crap my whole life, and now I have a chance. I'm not going back to that. I'm sorry. I know you think you have good reasons, but I really need to be alone right now.
Listen.
Please, leave.
Okay.
You have such a way with people.
Are you still here?
Just leaving. Where are you going?
To visit my precious father. Not that it's any of your business. My neighbors are kind of twitchy. You'd better get out of here before someone calls the cops.
She seems less angry than she was before, but not by much.
She looks like she stopped caring about anything years ago.
Maggie,
Huh. I had a feeling you'd follow me here. You're not gonna leave me alone, are you? Not until I spill everything.
I'm sorry, but it's important.
Maybe it's because I'm out of that stuffy apartment. Maybe it's because when I'm here, I know he's really gone. Talking about it. The fifth step. My sponsor said I didn't have to do them in order. Many people don't. I guess now is as good a time as any. So, talk.
Tell me about your father.
It's not about him. Not really. It's all wrapped up with Peter. It's always Peter.
What did Peter do?
Nothing. Everything. He took over my dad's gym, made it successful. I hated him for it.
Why?
It's complicated. Family stuff you wouldn't understand.
I'm trying.
This is harder than I thought. Ask me again later. I'm not going anywhere.
The marker is attached to the board. It looks like they use it to mark the date on this calendar. It's just a number on the calendar. The month is written at the top in dry erase marker. The month is written at the top.
Relax, I'm here. Hey, Peter?
Hey man, what can I do for you?
So, did you know your sister is staying in your apartment?
She is. Of course she is. She probably fell off the wagon again. Just stay out of the way.
So, tell me about your dad.
My dad, he built this gym from the ground up. He was a military guy. It was hard for me to relate to him until I joined him in the running of this place. He might be gone, but he lives on here. I make sure of it.
Say, can we reschedule that training session we set up?
Sure, we can do that. Let's go check the calendar outside. Hey, miss, you're dripping water on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
No problem, just be sure to put on sneakers or something if you want to work out here. Anyway, let's check the schedule. Huh? Is that the date? Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but there's an appointment I've got to keep. Can we sort this out another day?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
Looks to be in his 50s? It's hard to say. He's got the hair of an older man. He obviously worked out religiously.
He's definitely lost in thought. I shouldn't talk to ghosts with Maggie standing there. This place is spooky enough.
Hey, Peter?
Oh, hey, look, I really want to be left alone right now. We'll talk later, okay?
Sure, no problem. She shivered a bit, but no other reaction.
Maggie, I'm ready to talk about Peter again, if you are.
Like I said, he took over our dad's gym, made it successful. I hated him for it.
Wait, what? Don't you remember how miserable I was? Drifting from job to job, hating all of them. Running Dad's gym was something I was good at. I thought you'd be happy for me.
Didn't Peter have lots of jobs he hated before he started working at the gym? Couldn't you be happy for him?
Happy? Happy that he took my father's name and made it revered?
I don't see the problem here.
The people in the neighborhood love that gym. They come by and say what a nice old man Connor Fielding was. And what a shame he died. And how nice that his son took up his legacy. Legacy. A legacy of bruises and hiding in the dark.
Bruises? What are you talking about?
You always believed her when she said she was clumsy. It was like some horrible after-school special.
Maggie, you're not saying what I think you're saying.
You never knew, did you, Peter? So wrapped up in yourself. You never saw what he was doing.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
Mom hid it from both of us, and I was too scared to say anything. In the end, it was just easier to say nothing and hate you. And now it's too late. For what it's worth, I don't hate you anymore, Peter. But I need to get on with my life. Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye? What do you mean, goodbye?
Sorry, I should go.
Maggie, wait! Maggie! I never knew! I swear, I never knew! I just don't understand. Huh? My God.
I'm sorry, Peter.
I remember. The ladder. It broke. Oh man. I don't feel so good.
Right, we don't have a lot of time. Peter, I need you to grab a hold of this.
What the heck is that thing?
No time, just grab. Well, that was close.
Did it work?
Let's get back and find out.
Hey, look who's here. Pete's safe and sound.
Safe as a dead guy can be, anyway.
Sorry, I know this is not exactly the reunion we expected after all this time. But you have no idea. I thought you were... Well, I explained that already.
So, Madeline, you got your spook. What have you learned?
It is interesting. This spirit is experiencing what would be considered nausea in a living person.
It figures. I've never had a stomach virus in my life until I died.
He is being pulled. There is the signature of another spirit at work.
A signature?
Yes, I can see it. It is faint, but I can see it. Only the power of this circle is stopping it from gaining a foothold. Unfortunately, it is too faint for me to see anything useful, and we dare not lower the circle. I need to examine another soul, one that is marked like this one.
And by another soul, you mean Heather, don't you?
Heather? Is she involved in this?
We all are, Pete. We all are.
This is all too much. First my sister, and now...
It won't be much longer. One way or the other, we'll finish this.
He's definitely lost in thought.
Looks to be in his 50s. He obviously worked out religion. You holding up okay, Peter?
It's funny. I keep thinking I should do some sit-ups or something, but I guess that won't do any good.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
I thought so. I mean, been standing here for hours, and I don't feel any muscle cramps or pain in my lower back. Who knew dying could be so good for me?
Peter?
Oh, hi. Rosangela, was it?
Yeah, that's me.
Mike's been telling me about you. So you've been doing this a while, huh?
For about 4 years. These days, it's pretty much all we do.
I don't envy you, but I'm glad. Strangely enough, none of the testers complained that they had to always go through the lobby to get to George's apartment. But after the 1 billionth playthrough, it certainly started to annoy me. So I added this for myself and kept it for the final game.
She seems pretty easygoing, but it's hard to say if it's genuine. It feels polished, practiced. Whoever she is, she's doing a good job of hiding it. Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
You're Tanya Corsi, aren't you?
I knew you'd get it. That's me. Tanya Corsi, host of the Good Morning Show on Channel 11. Now all the mystery is gone.
I know about Heather. Do you know anything about this?
About what?
This note, the one on your floor.
I have no idea. It has nothing to do with me.
And what's it doing here?
I have no idea.
Okay, relax. The note is signed J. Who's J?
I have no idea, and I don't know anything about any note.
Do you know anything about a self-help organization called the Grace Group?
Grace Group? No, I haven't. Sorry.
Do you know a Michael Cooper?
I don't. Sorry.
So, Tanya, tell me about yourself.
You want to get to know the real Tanya Corsi. The Tanya that you don't read about in the tabloids and magazines?
If you let me.
I barely know you, Mr. Malone. Although if you swing by more often, you might learn a thing or two.
Does the name Benjiro ring any bells?
Benjiro? Is that Japanese?
I believe so.
Sorry, I don't know anyone named Benjiro.
Do you know a Heather Goffstein?
No. No, I don't. Sorry.
Come on, that note on the floor, it has Heather written on it.
So, like I told you, it has no meaning to me. I don't know any Heather.
Do you know anyone named Ray?
Ray, is that all you got?
I think Ray might be involved in prostitution. Ring any bells?
That's more of a late night news kind of story. I'm early morning. We're all about the rainbows and sunshine.
Well, Tanya, I have to get going, but I'll see you around.
Ta.
How odd. Denise, could you get that for me?
Damn it! It's locked from the inside. The door's locked from the outside. I'm trapped out here. Damn it! It's locked from the inside. That must lead back to the street. Locked. Of course it is. That dumpster is covered in ice. A fire escape ladder, way out of reach. An old dish rag. It only opens a bit, but it appears to be empty. Oof, it won't budge. It's now a puddle of foul, coffee-flavored water, but at least it's melted. I think I got it all, but I'm not carrying around this wet rag. Good thing there's a dumpster here.